Nancy Drew, I presume.
Trying to find a
I'm
job.
Joanna
Family
Riggs.
stressing me to get a job.
Welcome to Beach Hill.
Oof.
I was just checking the lock on this
Jesus.
display case.
That's...
This
yeah.
is one of the museum's most treasured
That's rough.
pieces, a carving of King Pakal. Who was
I
King Pakal?
was
Pakal assumed the throne
on
at
the
age
job
12.
hunt for
Can you imagine? That was
most of the past year,
615 AD.
or
He
most
ruled
of
for 68 years at the height of the
yeah,
Maya
so like most of
civilization.
2017 slash
jade?
beginning of 2018.
Yes, the Maya loved jade
And,
used it for many of their carvings.
It's definitely rough when you don't have
There isn't
your
another
family
piece
supporting
like
you
this
in that.
the world, and it's priceless.
So,
which means I practically had to sell my own grandmother to get it.
How did the museum acquire it?
but I believe in you.
Leave
I
it
think
to
you'll be able to do it,
Sinclair. He's a wizard when it comes
even
to
if
these deals.
your body
You'll
won't
meet
even let
him
you.
later.
It seems.
Now then, Nancy, you're coming on board at a critical time for Beach Hill. An exhibit of this caliber
just
is
takes
not kid
a
stuff.
lot of
Franklin
perseverance.
Rose assures me you're a real trooper, and I hope he's right.
Especially when
because
it's
I'm not
hard
here
to, like,
babysit.
demonstrate
I don't care who
your
your father
results
is.
or
There's
lack
one thing
thereof
I've
to
learned from
other
my
people.
father. It's the value of hard work. Just tell me where to start.
There's a list of tasks for you in the lab. Once you've knocked those off, we'll regroup.
Where's the rest of the staff around here?
We've had to make some, budget cutbacks, so we'll be relying heavily on our volunteer
Well,
staff.
I hope at the least that this can help you get back into it, have a nice
Besides
sort of,
Henrik and me, the
relaxing
only people who will be around to
afternoon,
pester you
evening,
are Taylor Sinclair,
wherever
my ace
you
art
are.
dealer, and Alejandro Del Rio, attaché to the Mexican consulate and executive thorn in my side.
Tell me more about Alejandro Del Rio.
Ugh, wouldn't you rather hear about the monolith? It's a massive pillar of stone, nearly 1,500 years old, with Maya glyphs carved into it. We've installed it in the garden. Wait until you see it.
What purpose did the monolith serve?
According to Henrik, the monolith was made at the special request of King Pakal himself, but we don't know what
You
its
know I'm
purpose
still
was.
grinding.
Who's Henrik?
Henrik Vanderheun.
I don't know, I thought I'd be happy with the 57, but I'm really not.
He's the latest
So,
addition to the Beach
we're
Hill
gonna try to get to
Brain
56 and
Trust.
see how I
told
feel
him I
then.
don't even want to see his pointy Vander head till he's got a translation on that monolith.
Thanks for the orientation, Joanna. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Topeka commission for the
Bull
art.
has been spectacularly awful today, though, so we'll see how, if I can get anywhere near a 56 at this rate. Ooh, a 251, dang. Let's watch it not matter after I get a terrible bull. Yeah, okay, there it is. I was like, there's... I can't get the God Bull, twice in a 1 week span. This is still very good, though, so far. I am not complaining at all about this. Yeah, okay, wow.
Looks like this side
Nancy
is missing
Drew,
a part.
or should I say,
This is ridiculous.
Detective Drew. I'm Sinclair.
Who told
That
you I
was
a
a
detective?
53-second bull. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm a fan of
I
that.
caught wind of your appointment and your credentials. Very impressive, if I do say so myself.
Well, I'm not on a
I didn't
case
expect
right
to be
now,
on
that's
56
for
pace
sure.
after just
I'm
bull,
the
but I'll take it.
Curator, remember?
So, how's
I will
this
take
for a
it.
Specimen? Ever seen $1 million worth of rock before?
Do diamonds count?
Ouch. Well, they did say you were sharp.
I just gotta
So,
not screw up
thank
everything
goodness
else.
you're here. I'm afraid the museum may be in terrible jeopardy.
What kind of jeopardy?
Joanna told me to butt out, but I'm so fond of Beach Hill, I just hate to see it fall prey to scoundrels.
What scoundrels?
It's a sensitive subject. Meet me in my office later and I'll explain everything then.
Where's your
You're just not
office?
for 4 hours.
707
Ooh.
Bing Cherry Boulevard. I've got to go. Enjoy your first day at Beach Hill.
Oh, well, okay. That was... Yeah, 4 hours in the middle of the day is a great time to nap. because all times are a great time to nap. But yeah, I would definitely be a little out of it afterwards. Speaking from prior experience.
There, that looks like it's in order.
You must be Nancy, the new deputy.
Wow, I
sheriff.
saved time. That's not what I expected.
Pleased to meet
Based
you.
on that
What are you working on?
really
Just
just
some light house
generally poor movement.
Housekeeping?
Keeping artifacts clean is an important aspect of preserving them. Anyway, what can I do for you?
See you around, Henrik.
That will be fine.
There, now I can start putting this together.
Come on.
That's done.
No. Well, that was bad. Oh, that was bad too. That was also bad.
That looks right.
I only need 10 followers to— oh my god. I got distracted by reading your comment. I only need 10 followers to affiliate. That's pretty cool. I did not realize that.
How may I help you?
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew, the new deputy curator.
No, please don't shut up. I've got a minute of time save.
In training.
And I'm also I'm just not focused. So it's not your fault.
Conquistadors?
I just need to be better, you know?
Brush up on your history, young lady. When the Spanish
Wow, I didn't realize I hit 40. That's pretty cool.
Mexico, they became known as the conquistadors or conquerors. They robbed the indigenous peoples of their wealth.
Well,
Not
if
just
you
their
have any
gold,
friends who you
but
think
their
might be
artwork,
interested in this stream,
sacred objects. Anything they did not steal, they burned to the ground.
Do you
Nah,
blame
honestly,
Joanna and
I'm just
modern
excited to
day
have
art
40.
collectors for something that happened long
50 be
before
cool,
they
though.
were born?
There is more. In the 19th century, archaeologists discovered the ruins of ancient civilizations predating even the Aztecs. Many of the dig sites were robbed, and the stolen artifacts were sold off to art museums and collectors around the world. Today, finally, it is illegal among most civilized nations to remove an artifact from its native country. But sadly, there are thousands of precious antiquities with highly questionable provenance floating around the Western world.
I see. Well, I should probably get going. Here are the changes to the loan agreement.
oh, go for news. I love
I
news.
just need your signature.
I just
please.
need to be less dumb.
Thank you. I have some business with Joanna at the museum later, so I will return the contract to her then, after I have looked it over.
Are you sure? I don't mind waiting.
You may consider your mission accomplished.
Yeah, we both want the news, so let's do the
Okay
news.
then.
Goodbye.
Oh wow, this is a lot of time loss.
It's about time. Oh, my fears are
Yeah,
like
15.
maggots
That 15
infesting
makes
my
sense,
poor
but
old
it's just
carcass.
sad.
Want a cookie? They're from Oaxaca.
Congrats!
No, thank you. You said Beach Hill is in jeopardy.
Wow, that's awesome.
Why?
The art world is being ransacked, Nancy.
Okay, so now we need the whole story. Play by play, what happened?
Ruby necklace stolen from her villa in Topeka. 2 weeks later, a whole display case full of rare Maya artifacts was heisted from a museum in New Mexico.
What does this have to do with Beach Hill?
I'm just telling you, this community, our friends and colleagues, my people are being systematically trounced by thugs. Who's to say Beach Hill won't be next? You've got to do something.
Does Joanna share your concerns?
I've urged Joanna to approach the board about making some security upgrades, but she just keeps saying that the timing isn't right to ask for
It doesn't
money.
have to be
I
super
understand
romantic or
your
anything.
concern, but what can I do to help?
We need your eagle eyes. We need your bat
That's really
ears.
nice.
We need you to sniff out the stink
Congrats
of
to you
trouble.
I'll
too.
do my best, but it sounds like what you really need is a new breed of police dog.
Don't play modest mouse with me.
Okay, no more flattery. Hey, that's an interesting piece, there by your desk. Something tells me
Yay,
it's
being
not
happy.
a Maya artifact.
How about that rubber shark? The artist's name is Poppy Dada. She's a teenager in South Dakota. The art world is going bananas over her stuff.
I also love
that
the
one
Modest
for
Mouse
some
line.
Serious De Niro.
I'd better get going.
See you around.
Because, like, I know the band didn't exist when this game came out, but now it's all I can think about when, It's all I can think about when I hear that line.
Beach Hill's been hit. Sit tight, Nancy. The police are on their way.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. That's the organization Prudence
Someone has
Rutherford
cooked up
works
my
for.
worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
I'd like to have a look.
Honestly,
at the
I'll admit I don't know any of their songs besides Float On, but I'm sure the others are
The
good too.
police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
I've got work to do.
Carpe diem.
Oh, no.
Need something?
Have you seen?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I found a
That
piece
movement
of
just
paper
happened.
inside the Pakal display case. It had
And I
some
can't pretend it
words
didn't
on
happen.
And a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can read a glyph, you know.
Okay, great. Did you happen to see the thief's message?
The police showed me the note. It said,
Oh,
the
that's not it.
magician
We
suffers
want that
yellow
one.
death. Whatever that means. Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for the curator suffers flaming purple disgrace.
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you there. What I want to know is what the hand was printed with. It's obviously not finger paint.
There are
Why
great
don't you
songs
do a
on all their
little
albums.
analysis on it
That's
in
what I
the
hope
lab?
for
I've
for
got
most
work
music
to
I
do.
listen to.
For ooby sabooby.
Okay, I've got a graph of the chemical used for the handprint. That's it. According to this S, so the handprint was made from mercury and sulfur.
Need something?
I did the chemical analysis you suggested. That red hand was printed with a compound containing mercury and sulfur. Does that mean anything to you?
Sure, Cinnabar.
The Maya would rub it into their most important carvings to add definition to the artist's lines.
I
Does the
can't
museum keep Cinnabar
can't not
around?
quote this game all the
Cinnabar
time
here at the
now.
museum
It's a very
the same
quotable
way the
game.
Maya did, to keep
Like, at
things
least the
as
quotes I'm
authentic as
quoting
possible.
are usually pretty
Henrik
good.
orders those kinds of supplies, but we've been out of stock for quite a while.
But like other
The
games, I
last
just quote
heard,
them
there
while I
was some
run
kind
them,
of
and it's
hold-up
like, I don't
by the
even like this
distributor.
line.
I've got work
It's
to do.
just,
Bye.
I've just heard it so many times, it's like, yeah, might as well, you know? Oh, still lost time, dang. At least I'm consistent.
Henrik! Henrik!
Yeah, Shaw's very quotable too. Amnesia?
Henrik must have taken a real nosedive off that pyramid. Do you think he just
Amnesia?
fell, Nancy? Or was he pushed? Sounds like we should find
Amnesia?
out about hospital visiting hours. Yeah, but you'd better get the lowdown from Joanna first. George is right. She is your supervisor after all.
That's like a weird note to, like, end a call on. Oh, yeah, she's your supervisor. Like, we're not gonna say bye or anything. Just gonna remind you that Joanna is nominally your boss.
Nancy, hi. It's Franklin Rose. I'm calling because it's just... This theft is very bad news for the museum. You can't imagine the limb we went out on to acquire that Pakal carving. It's been one of the museum's main attractions. I don't want to take you away from your internship, but if you can do a little investigating, well, I think I speak for the whole board when I say we'd be very grateful. Give me a call when you have a chance. And Nancy, thanks.
This
This
message
is for Nancy Drew. Hi, Nancy. This is Nurse Bluefoot.
calling from Eleanor Roosevelt Memorial Hospital in regards to Henrik Vanderheun. I believe you're a colleague of his. Since Mr. Vanderheun was admitted, he has...
Does anyone know who the voice actor for Nurse Bluefoot is? 'Cause
semi-consciousness.
They're great,
We've been
and I
unable
just
to
need
contact any
more
of his
Nurse
family
Bluefoot
members.
voice in my
We're
life.
hoping you might be willing to act as Henrik's support person as he begins the difficult process of restoring his memory. Please call me as soon as possible to discuss this. My direct line
Yeah, I don't know
is
either. All I know is
202
Nancy's voice
555
actress.
4000. Thank you.
To
I definitely had an extra 0 in there, but hopefully it doesn't matter.
This is Nurse Bluefoot.
Yeah.
Nurse Bluefoot?
CJ probably
This is
would know,
Nancy
yeah.
Drew. You left me a message regarding Henrik Vanderheun. How is he?
Nancy Drew. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'm so relieved. We've been
Apparently
unable to
Henrik
locate
and Red
any
Knot are the same
family
voice.
members, and we do like
I heard a rumor
MD
about
to
that.
have at least one personal support person when they begin reality orientation.
What's reality orientation?
Once I was told it, I could like kind of hear it, but still not quite. Which, if it's true, just means that they're a great actor.
Circumstances of his or her life. Henrik has not actually lost his memory. It's just that his brain is injured in such a way that he can't.
Because like I was also told that the guy who does
So
Johnny
how does he
Roll
regain
in Ransom
access to the
is also
storage place?
Frank Hardy's voice actor, and that I heard. Once that was pointed out to me, that I couldn't unhear that, which was a shame, to be honest.
Parakeet, if he has one, the date, and so on. Second, we try to stimulate Henrik's sensory memories in order to help trigger or find the way back to his cognitive memories.
Where do I come in?
You can't help Henrik remember his childhood, but you can probably help him remember his work, and who knows where that will take him. All
Yeah, I wasn't
roads
crazy
lead to
about
Rome,
Rand,
as
but
they
my
say.
goal is to
One
finish all the
great
games,
tool,
so
the Reality
I finished it.
Orientation Board. This is a place to post information and pictures.
I mean, he's basically the only character in the game, really, more or less, besides Nancy, George, and Bess. He's like the dude you meet at that
I
one
see.
beach.
Well, I'll be happy to help in any way I can.
And
When are
those
visiting
infernal
hours?
monkeys
Visiting hours are 10 to 4 every
damaged
day.
his boat.
If the patient is not engaged in treatment and if he seems stable.
Stable how?
Just remember, Henrik's brain has been knocked around like a peanut in its shell. He may have attention difficulties, headaches.
Do I have a fave?
anxiety.
Probably Kerr.
Sometimes
And
he
I know that's unpopular
We
with
need to
certain
keep
people,
these
but
conditions in check. Don't push him too hard.
I'm a big fan of Kerr.
Or he may have some kind of meltdown.
Thanks for the warning, Nurse Bluefoot.
Yeah, Oxel's who I was referring to. And I don't understand why. It's so pleasant.
Keep it real. Max speaking.
Hi,
It's a good
I'm
time.
the new deputy curator over at Beach Hill Museum. I wonder if you could answer a couple of questions.
Yeah, it
for
can
me
be very
about our
confusing,
ordering history.
especially towards the end, because it's just so open-ended.
Hey,
Like, once you've gotten through the beginning, it's just like,
I suppose you caught
all right, you gotta
saucer, huh?
do all these things
Whatever,
in
I'm sorry.
pretty much
Anyway,
whatever order.
You don't need to reorder, do you? Unless you ate
There's some
last week's
constraints,
shipment for
but
breakfast, that is.
You're sure it was last week?
Oh, that's what it says here.
Do you know who placed that order?
and then like you get to the very end, which is when everything
Was the
finally
package
comes back
shipped to
together.
the museum?
So it's like very easy to feel like
Oh,
kind of
I
lost.
guess we didn't ship it at all. It looks like the package was picked up here at the warehouse.
Can you remember anything about the person who picked up the package?
Because you can do a bunch of things that do in fact progress you, but you don't really know why
Well, thanks for your help.
or how it gets you towards the goal unless you've like done it before.
With the stuff, was there? We only used the top grade mercuric sulfide.
Problem? Not that I could hold you responsible.
I like
for.
that personally, especially since I've finished it and I sort of know how it works now. But yeah, definitely
that mercuric sulfide is highly toxic. Makes you
as a kid it was rough.
Toxic?
It was still the first game I ended up completing though,
Looks like I've got another call
despite all
coming in
that.
here. You give us a call in about 4
Dang, I
months
keep
or
losing
so when
time.
I start to
That's a
run
bummer.
out. Okie doke. And don't forget to
Keep it real. Oh, that was too many spins.
You look familiar. Is it
time for my snack?
Hi, Henrik. I'm Nancy. We met at Beach Hill before your head injury.
Beach Hill?
Beach Hill is a museum.
No, it's not
in
your fault I
Washington,
lost time. I lost
Before
0.2
your
seconds.
accident, you
Like,
were
that
working
just...
there on some
I
important
didn't move
Maya
quite as
glyph
well, you know?
translations. Do you remember
But that's what it's
anything
mostly
about that
like,
project?
how fast you
I
dial
don't
the phone numbers.
even remember my own birthday. So if you're here to squeeze me for
Do not feel
details,
sorry about it
you're
at all.
wasting
I'd rather
your time.
be talking to
Nurse
chat
Euclid
than
thinks with regular
have
visits,
an extra
I may
0.2
be
seconds,
able
you
to
know?
help you get your memory back more quickly.
How, pray tell, do you intend to do that?
I'll visit, we'll talk. Sometimes I'll bring you pictures.
Pictures? Well, isn't this nice?
Come on, Henrik.
Yeah, like I can kinda hear it, but it still feels not right.
I've got a picture with me if you'd like to give it a try.
Fine, I'll do it.
Okay, here we go. These symbols mean the magician suffers
It's so
yellow
hard
death.
to remember to pick the right
Translator
option there.
sloppy. I should know. I am the
If you
author
pick the wrong
of
option,
written
then
work.
you lose quite a
Don't
bit
agree
of
with the
time.
translation?
That first glyph is the fool, not the magician. Furthermore, any decent epigrapher knows those glyphs refer to the infamous plague of oozing hives. A fitting
Yeah, I
curse for
can't
a
really
fool,
imagine
don't you think?
Red
I
saying
rather
infamous
like it.
plague of oozing
Henrik,
hives.
this note was found at a crime scene.
No matter how hard I
You
try.
telling me you left it there?
I don't remember.
I'm investigating the theft of the Pakal carving. Please, Henrik, try to remember something.
Who in the world is Pakal? Oh, my head. Oh, the pressure. I can't take any more today, Nancy.
Okay, it's time for some
Memory
memory
therapy.
Nancy, could you come back tomorrow?
It's a fiasco, just as I feared. Oh, I'm sick about the whole thing.
I see you've spoken with Joanna.
I was in the museum when it happened.
Do you think it's the same person who carried out those other thefts?
That awful red hand was left on Prudence Rutherford's jewelry box in Topeka, and on the display case in the museum in New Mexico. What's the chance they're not connected?
Why do you think the thief is leaving this red handprint?
To be a gruesome scoundrel?
I need a photo of the Pakal carving. Do you have one?
Joanna took the official print for her insurance claim, but I have a couple extras. Here you go. Keep up the good work.
Well, look who it is.
Ready to do some memory work, Henrik? I brought you a picture. This will help you to remember.
That face. He's as familiar as my own feet.
Do you know his name?
Pakal! Nancy, this is the stolen carving, isn't it? And I'm the one who took it. I must have.
One that acts all dramatic is the one you suspect the most? Not always.
What could I have meant by this?
Think, Henrik. Where's the carving now?
I can't remember.
Easy, Henrik.
Oh,
The
still losing
answers are
time,
in
dang.
your head. You just
Like
need to
it's
find
it
them.
just bugged me that it's like
Still in the
just
museum.
tiny amounts
Are
every
you
time.
Sure, Henrik? Did you plan to sell the
It's like it's not
Pakal
even a
on the
big
black
chunk.
market?
Just
To
like
protect him. I had to protect
small
him.
bits every single
Pakal.
split.
Something is going on at that museum. A devious plot.
Like what's an
I was the
example
only
of
one who could stand
whoever is
in the
most
way.
dramatic is
Kind
the
of
most
plot.
suspicious?
Forgive me, Nancy, but when I woke up in this hospital bed, I didn't even.
Because I don't know, for
my
me
own
sometimes it's
name.
like the
Perhaps the only thing I can offer you is this key.
the quiet,
It was
mysterious
found in one of my
ones where I'm
pockets
like,
when I was
what's your
brought in.
deal, you know?
That key goes to the lock where you hid the Pakal.
I haven't a clue. Take the key now, Nancy. Find out what it opens and return to me, please, with some answers.
You can count on me, Henrik.
In the meantime, I'll sit with my friend Pakal and see if he will tell me anything new. You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
Looks like I need to find someone who speaks Nahuatl. It's locked. What should I post here?
Oh, Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.
Why did Mexico choose to lend the
shoot.
monolith to Beach Hill and not some other museum?
Johanna Riggs outbid everyone. I had no idea.
Oh, I
a
keep
small
wasting all this
museum like
time.
Beach Hill could afford such an expensive arrangement.
I need to know the Nahuatl word for snake. Can you help me?
What do you need that word for?
I'd rather not say. It's part of my investigation.
Now, if only I could remember the word for snake. I hear you have been a great help to Henrik. I wonder if you can help me improve my memory too.
What are you talking about, Alejandro?
I am almost certain that the provenance documents for the Pakal carving were falsified. I have asked Joanna to see the documents, but she evades me. If you can find that file in her office and bring it to me, I think it might help my memory of Nahuatl a lot.
First you tell me you were unconcerned about the theft of the Pakal carving, and now you have an urgent need to see the provenance documents? Is it just me, or is this a little suspicious?
If I can determine that the provenance documents are a fraud, this will be the first major step toward legal repatriation of the artwork, whenever and wherever it resurfaces.
I guess I hadn't thought about it like that.
I feel my Nahuatl coming back to me already. Do you know what Sihuapili means? Princess or lady. Now, if only I could remember the word for snake.
Do you know?
Honestly, I never suspected
The red powder that the Maya used?
Taylor in this game
Sure,
just
I know
because
it.
it always
They use
seemed
it
a
at
little
Beach
too
Hill too,
obvious.
do they not?
Cinnabar
So it's like
was
he's the
used
guy
to
who
red
loves
hand
selling
that was
art.
left at the scene of the Pakal theft.
What is your point?
I think Joanna may have been less than truthful with me.
Have you called the police?
I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Of course. Sister Joanna couldn't possibly be a thief now, could she?
I should get back to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
Come on.
Hello, Nancy. You have a special delivery for me, I hope?
Here's your file, as requested.
Good work, my friend.
Oh, I could have
Suppose you would
saved
like
so much more
something in
time there.
return?
A deal's a deal.
The Nahuatl
That's a
word for
bummer.
snake is coatl. C-O-A-T-L.
Muchas gracias. Gotta go.
Adios, Nancy.
Oh, shh. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
The radio tube went out.
I'm so bad at this.
Transmítalo ahora. Mensaje entendido. Transmítalo ahora. Mensaje.
Had to remember what H was. Tells you extra fluff for the red herring. And distract you by saying things that don't. Oh my god. Forgot to turn it off twice. I mean, yeah, that's what they always do. That's the point. They gotta not make it super easy, you know?
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose. How may I direct your call?
Boy, they.
This is Nancy Drew. Calling for Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, hello. Do you have any news?
I need to contact a woman named Prudence Rutherford. I noticed she's on the board of the Topeka Commission for the Arts, and that they've donated money.
I don't know, I feel like these games most of the time, like, they give about almost all the suspects, like, good motivation for doing whatever the crime is. It's like, you can never be too sure. Until, you know, at the very end when they finally give you, like, the, hey, it was definitely this person's evidence, you know, that final piece.
I haven't talked to Prudence in about 10 years. But let's see if I still have her in this old dinosaur of a Rolodex. Ah, yes, here we go. Got a pen?
I mean, you know Taylor's up to shady stuff, but you don't necessarily know it's connected to this right away.
What's this all about?
And the fact that, you know, he's like, hey, it's a shady art dealer, that seemed too obvious to me, so I was like, it won't, I feel like it's rarely the person who it always seems to be, so the fact that it was in this game, I don't know. I found that kind of surprising in a meta sort of way.
That way I can say hello, and she'll be expecting you.
That would be great, Mr. Rose.
Not a problem, dear.
Nancy, you have brought me back to my work.
What have you remembered?
I've been working like a fiend. Look at the board. This has something to do with the plot at the museum, Nancy. I'm sure of it.
Who is this whisperer of silent secrets?
The Whisperer came from a distinguished line of royal scribes. I can't seem to remember her name, but I do recall that she wrote an account of Maya history.
I don't know, for me, it just seemed like Taylor was the red herring character.
His ascent to the throne.
How did Pakal wish to be depicted?
From the age of 12, when he came to the throne, Pakal claimed to be divinely appointed the first true, authentic king of the Maya. Then, the Whisperer came along and wrote that Pakal was only king because his mother pulled some strings. It was quite a blow to Pakal's image.
What happened to the scribe's writings?
Pakal swore that the Whisperer's words would never see the light of day. He put her body, her soul, and her writings all in a tomb and locked it up tight.
Does this mean that the monolith is hollow inside and full of bones?
That's the idea.
Does anyone else know about this?
Good question. I'm certain that there's a dirty rat trying to get into that tomb. This is where my memory fizzles out.
I mean, that's the fun of the mystery, is that, you know, different people can interpret everyone's motives different ways.
Please don't breathe a word of this. There's too much at stake.
Henrik, I received a note from your friends in Copan. I've got the Copan Fool Key. I still need the Pakal, though. How's your memory?
The tomb. Nancy, I hid the Pakal carving in the replica of the Pakal tomb at the bottom of the temple exhibit. Huh. Now, how did I think of that? And another thing. You'll need to get past that computer quiz. Sonny set it up with an impossible question. No one knows what Pakal was afraid of, but Sonny was petrified of the Coatamundi. It's an ornery bandit with a narrow snout and a long ringed tail, much like a raccoon or a polecat.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
Alright, see you, Nicole. Have a good night.
Chaco Canyon Cultural
And
Center.
thanks for the good luck.
Hi, I'm hoping to speak to someone about the theft that happened there recently.
Are you the press?
You're about to miss the boring part, so no worries.
A similar crime in Washington, D.C.
This is Sheila Schultz, the director. What would you like to know?
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from the Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C.
Except I saved 8 seconds, apparently. That's interesting. Did I might have skipped something.
It's a terrible loss. And the police here have
I don't know why I saved all that time.
Beach Hill was robbed too. We lost one of our prized jade carvings.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
I'm wondering if the robberies are connected. Do you mind
No,
if I ask you a
I
few
don't think I
questions
did.
about the incident
It's
at
just...
Chaco Canyon?
Fire away.
What types of artifacts did the thief get away with?
Only the center's most prized.
I guess I've just never had a good
The case contained 5
split there.
Colombian artifacts that were excavated
Spooky.
right from this area.
Which piece would you say is the greatest loss for the center?
Definitely the jade carving. It was highly unusual. There was a glyph on it that no one could translate. Until we hired Henrik Vanderheun, that is. His opinion was that it's Mayan in origin, and that it may have been a place name glyph for this area. As you can imagine, we regarded it as something of a regional treasure.
Could you send me a photo of that jade carving so I can take a look at the glyph?
I'm afraid I sent our only print off to the insurance company. They said they'd return it, but who knows when our claim will be processed. I'm sorry,
I've just got to get my hands on a replica of that jade carving you lost. Do you have any ideas?
Not off the top of my head, but maybe one of my staff will have a bright idea. I need some time to ask around. Can you call back later?
Sure thing.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions. Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Shoutouts to the phone still ringing throughout this entire conversation.
We racked our brains. Finally, one of my staff came up with the original box that the carving was packed in. The piece was encased in a tight foam cast to prevent damage during shipping. I'm not sure how much good it'll do you, but I can send it to you if you like.
That just might work.
Henrik left Beach Hill as his forwarding address, so I know what to do. I'll send it express.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Good luck with your investigation.
That was a slow dial right there. Ah well.
Daddle residence.
Hi, may I speak to Henry Daddle, please?
Speaking.
Mr. Daddle, my name is Nancy Drew. This is a long shot, but I'm calling regarding a Maya artifact that was bought at auction in 1898 by one Henry Albert Daddle. Does that ring any bells?
Sure. Henry Albert Daddle Sr. was my great-grandfather. You're talking about the jade carving, right?
Yes, exactly. Wow, I can't believe my luck.
Well,
it's a lucky life.
Lucky life, if you ask me. So what can I do?
I can never time that long pause in, well, really in all of Henry Daddle's lines, but the one before he says it's lucky life.
Great-grandfather bought would be very helpful.
It's a long pause.
I see. Well, I was the last to inherit the carving, but my daughter Penelope was so intrigued with it that I gave it to her. I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Alright, time for the marathon combos.
555-3197.
Will do. Thanks, Mr. Daddle.
My pleasure.
Hello? Hi, is this Penelope?
Whoa.
Oh,
is that a Timo I see in here?
55553
Nick Lurkin?
Yeah, but no one calls me Penelope anymore. Except my parents, that is.
With a very pretty snowflake badge.
And anyone else who made it out of the 20th century, I'm Poppy.
The art world? Wait, you're not Poppy Dada, are you?
Ta-da! Ping ping! You win! Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm a detective.
A detective? No way! So do you get to wear a sassy tweed hat and pick hairs off dead bodies and gross, creepy stuff like that?
I don't run into too many
welcome to the stream.
bodies,
How's it going?
luckily, but there's plenty of
How's your Saturday evening going?
Where'd you get my name? Don't tell me I'm like wanted by the FBI or something. That would be too scandalous.
No. You see, it's all a big coincidence. Your dad's name came up in connection with a case I'm working on.
Go Dad. Don't tell me he's wanted by the FBI. I'll be so jealous.
Sorry, Poppy. There's no FBI in on this case, and your dad's not wanted.
Okay, what then?
Someone is stealing Maya antiquities, jade carvings to be exact, and leaving this scary red handprint at the scene of every crime.
Ghastly. So, what's with the red hand?
It seems like some kind of threat, but to whom? And what is this thief really after?
But to
it's more than money, I'm sure of it.
Drama. So, where do the daddles come in?
I got a tip that your great-great-grandfather bought a jade carving, much like the ones that are being stolen. I'm hoping to take a look at it.
You mean that ancient green rock with the weird symbol on it? I slapped some shoe polish on it and stuck it in one of my paintings.
Poppy!
Poppy.
What were you thinking? You'll never get it back.
That's the whole point. Have you heard the saying that a work of art is never finished, just abandoned? Well, I'm taking that idea to the limit by making art that will keep changing as different people encounter or perceive.
Well, you're about to remember.
I'm tired
as quickly
of
as possible.
that says, don't touch. I'm all about letting go, about sending my work into the world and seeing how it continues to become. Don't you see? It's an organic process. I mean, how can people really relate to art if it
I wish I
doesn't
could use that
have
as an excuse in my life.
and
Like,
throw and
you know,
die.
Tober, why did you lose the very valuable vase? It's an organic process, you know?
Dad would be very pleased
You
about
find the
this.
vase, you lose the vase,
Oh, Nancy,
and then
don't be
suddenly
such a
it's
prude.
a bunch of glass shards, and you
Taylor's home, but
can
still got the
make
artwork.
something else out of
At
them.
least I don't
It's an
think
organic
he's sold
process,
it
you
yet.
know?
Why don't you ask him? Tell him you want to see the piece called Deadly
Something
Midnight
tells me that wouldn't
Snack.
work for me as well as it
It's
works
the
for
one with
Poppy.
the rubber shark.
The one with the rubber shark. Yes, I've seen it, but I didn't notice any jade carving.
Well, take a closer look there, sweets. It's in there. If you really need the carving to crack this case, why don't you just go ahead and take it?
But wouldn't it ruin your painting?
Of course not. After all, this is a chance to enact exactly what I've been talking about. The organic process. Inviting my viewers to interact with my work. The deal is, you can take the carving, but you have to put something in its place.
Something in its place? Like what? An old shoe? A subway token? A movie stub?
No, it should be something more organic. Stay with
Yeah,
the
Nancy,
title,
something more
Deadly
organic
Midnight
than a movie
Snack.
stub.
And
Come
don't be
on.
afraid to go way out. As an artist, I can tell you that inspiration bites in the most mysterious ways.
I'll do my best.
Right on. But let's keep Taylor out of this. He'd probably blow a gasket if he saw you tampering with the merchandise. That's all art is to him, you know.
Merchandise.
It's a deal.
Good luck, Nancy.
Thanks, Poppy. Bye.
Yes, hello?
Hi, this is Nancy Drew, calling from Washington, D.C. I'm trying to reach Prudence Rutherford, please.
Oh, yes, Franklin told me you'd be calling. Such dreadful news about Beach Hill. I will do everything in my power to help you catch those rapscallions. To think how they violated the sanctity
Not these
of my
rapscallions.
daughter's- Good heavens.
I think rapscallions are too dangerous for me.
What can you tell me about the necklace?
I can't even think about it. Oh, just the very thought of my precious necklace gone, stranded, orphaned, and in the hands of some dirty stranger makes my blood boil.
Was the necklace a gift?
I inherited it from my mother-in-law. But you see, the necklace means much more to me than just a handful of priceless rubies.
More? In what way?
I had the necklace restrung to include an exquisite jade carving as the centerpiece.
The more I listen to this conversation, the more I realize just how different this iteration of Prudence's voice is from the one in future appearances.
But a Rutherford family heirloom given to me by my great-grandfather when I was just a little girl.
What does the jade piece look like?
It features a rare glyph. No one's
It's interesting.
been able to give me a precise translation, but most epigraphers have agreed that it has something to do with a snake, the color green, and the direction south. It's
Because, like, I like this voice, but I also like the more refined versions that they do later on in, like, Venice and
they must have known.
the,
rest of my valuables
everything
were
else she's in.
untouched. Frankly, I don't
Too
know
lazy to
whether
remember
be
other games off the top of my
grateful or
head.
insulted.
What about evidence?
The first thing I saw
It's
when I
all
opened
Scarlet
my
Hand
eyes
right
was
now.
this positively ghoulish red handprint on the wall. I nearly jumped out of my skin.
A red handprint was left at the scene of the crime at Beach Hill, too. Ms. Rutherford, I'm almost certain that these robberies were committed by the same person.
But why? What is so special about these carvings?
Miss Rutherford, it would be so helpful if I knew exactly what your carving looked like. Could you send me a picture that shows it in detail?
I can do better than a photo. The insurance company made this dreadful replica of the necklace with the idea that I would wear such a thing to public functions. Please.
Please.
But I could send that to you if you'd like.
Perfect. Let me give you the address.
My secretary will have the address of the museum. Now, if that is all you would require, young lady, I will need to attend to other pressing matters.
Thanks a million, Miss Rutherford. I won't let you down.
Call me Prudence. Oh, and Nancy, when you find the villains who did this
All right.
to me,
Finally made it through all the phone calls, everybody.
and give them a sound thrashing.
I sure will. Goodbye. May I take a closer look at that wacky Dada painting?
Be my guest. I just had a call from Poppy this morning. She says she's in a really creative period right now. I said, please, sweetie, if you get any more creative, they're going to lock you up.
Yeah, because that's really funny.
Pardon me a moment, Nancy. I'll be right back. I hope.
I should put in my temple key card.
Oh no, I got caught on the thing. Rah. Also, this maze is terrible. Oh my god. Wow. That luck is rough. Well, hey, HS, how's it going? Sorry you just had to witness that awful maze. Could be better? Oh, why? If you don't mind sharing. Still? Ugh. You've had some really awful computer luck this year.
I wonder if Henrik would remember the answer. I better go back.
Oh.
Nancy, it's Joanna.
It's all Dell, yeah. I haven't used much Dell products in my lifetime, but I've never heard the most glowing of reviews.
I'm forbidden to set foot in the
Here's some virtual stream hugs for everyone.
and try to reason with him. If we don't get a move on, this exhibit is going straight down the tubes.
To replay.
Hey, don't look for lurkers.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct
Let the lurkers lurk.
This is Nancy Drew.
They're having a
Calling
good
for
time.
Franklin Rose, please. Just a minute, please.
Nancy, you must be psychic. I was just getting ready to call you myself.
Oh, really? Why?
I feel I should apologize for the situation that's going on at the museum, dear.
Wait, I have 12.5 seconds of time save here? That's interesting. Okay, that's fair. Look for lurkers, but please don't call them out.
I'm used to it by now.
This is a lurk-friendly
is no more
channel.
treacherous than my recent attempt at a ski vacation in Wisconsin. Anyway,
That's why I will never, ever, 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 ever have follow alerts, because I hate them when I'm trying to just have a good time lurking and liking a stream, and I'm like, man, the stream is really great. And then they're just like a loud giant alert, bringing attention to me.
Now that we've lost the Bacall carving, one of our most notable pieces.
You're not Korean. You've definitely called me out in her stream before, though. It's usually her who does it, but one time you did. I remember.
Look, I've got a client waiting, Nancy. What we need now is for you to take up the slack. I've spoken to the rest of the board, and we've agreed that the best thing is to put you in charge.
What do you want me to do?
We're counting on you to catch this thief red-handed.
I forgot about the reroute. Gotta make sure we tell him about the Bacall carving.
We'll see about giving
You know, I'm surprised when I say I'm alive too, so that makes sense. Can't really fault you for that.
That's great. So the case is closed. I'll reinstate Joanna as museum curator, and we can get on with the business of launching this exhibit. Where in the world did you find it? Who's behind all this nonsense?
Mr. Rose, this case is far from closed. Do you trust me?
What in the world?
Okay, I'm gonna try a thing.
I'm
gonna see what happens if I don't set the time.
I'll take good care of the carving, I promise.
What can I say, Nancy? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Do what you have to do, but let's get this mess cleaned up, all right?
So you'll call Joanna
Because
and invite her
I'm
back
pretty
to work?
sure you need to set the time to get the the Choco Canyon package, but you might not. Oh, shoot, that's the wrong thing. Need to talk to Joanna first.
Thanks for clearing my name, Nancy. Honestly, I mean, what kind of moron
Dirk
would
is
I be
streaming.
to try and ruin my own exhibit?
Well, now we have someone to raid when we're done.
Lost time. I need you to go to the storeroom and start unpacking some of those crates. One of the pieces has a fancy security device on it. The code is 0677.
I've got work to do.
Carpe diem.
Oh, sick. We didn't need to set the thing.
According to Henrik's notes, I need to make a key out of these pieces. Now I have the key. Wow, these are... I'm not sure I can hold on to these stones. I've got to put these things down. The poem said, when the first king ascends again. This side looks damaged. I'll have to choose which side of the cube goes here. Interesting. This should be the last step. I wonder what's inside.
Me too.
It's blank.
Who's your friend, Nancy?
Taylor Sinclair.
Who'd you expect, the Tooth Fairy? Looks like someone forgot her beauty cream. I guess we can't all age gracefully.
I'm sure she would say the same about you.
You've been a top-notch assistant, Nancy, but I'm afraid you're just not going to make it in the art world.
Why are you doing this?
Nancy, do you have any idea what that book contains?
This tomb and all of its contents belong to Mexico.
Wow, I lost
Finders keepers,
3
I
seconds
say.
on my PB. Huh.
Nobody even realizes this thing has any contents. Won't they get a surprise when they finally open it up and find that it contains a 7th century scribe and a 21st century detective? Adios, Nancy.
Adios.
I'm starting to run out of air in here.
Alright, finally had an okay escape puzzle.
Behold, our heroine emerges from the tomb,
Like a mermaid from the sea.
Meanwhile, the foolish villain stews in the sour soup of his own miscalculation.
From deep in the recesses of time, a wise royal scribe whispers her thanks.
And a priceless chapter of history is rescued from obscurity. Way to go, Nancy!
What in the world? Ah! Confound you, Nancy Drew!